Hello everyone, it's Z66, your underpaid, undertraded, undersure mechanic, and today we are going to be shooting the new updated 4K version of how to change your oil on your Jeep Grand Cherokee 3.6 liter V6. Now, it's not a hard job. I've already got a video, but I wanted to make a better video and get you a higher quality production. So this is where we're going to go. All right, let's start with things you're going to need. You're going to need 6 quarts of 020. Now, technically, when you change your oil, your car, these Jeeps take 5.9 quarts. I'm just going to dump all 6 in there. It'll be fine. It probably leaks a little bit or burns a little bit. I have high mileage on my vehicle because my Jeep just crossed 90,000 miles. So arguably it's high mileage. Notice over 75. I really don't consider 90,000 high mileage. I consider like 125 when you're getting there, but everybody else has their own thing. I like Valvoline. You can get what you want, but that's what I like. We got an oil filter. This is a WIX WL110, and this is not a cartridge. The spin on this is a cartridge. We've got a 3/8 ratchet with an extension, and to remove the oil filter cap, it is a 24 millimeter to take that cartridge cover off. You're gonna need, if I remember correctly, this 13 millimeter snap-on. If I'm wrong, it's a 15, but I'm pretty sure it's the 13. Either one of these will work, but this is just a little ratchet I got there. You don't necessarily have to have the extension or this really long ratchet, but I can almost guarantee you the dealership over-tightened my cartridge filter, and I'm gonna need the leverage to break it loose. Shop towels, because you're gonna get oil on stuff. A catch can and a funnel. And the very last thing I'll show you, it'll be ramps. And probably the most important thing you're gonna need is ramps to drive your car up. Now, I'm gonna trust you understand how to drive your car up ramps, but line it up with the wheels, go all the top. If you need a spotter, get a spotter, but the next part of the video is gonna be me having it up on the ramp, and we're gonna go from there. All right, now that you got this in the air on the ramp, you're gonna want to hit your parking brake and your emergency brake. Right here is your hood release latch. It'll make a thump noise when you release it. I've already released mine, and that's where you can see it's got the gap. Now, come under here, and also gloves are going to be your friend because this is going to be hot. So, let's see, where is this little lever? That's hot. Okay, so right over here, like my pushing it in, I'm right here, like right in here on the Jeep emblem. Push up, there we go. Now, it's hot, oh my gosh, it's hot. Woo! Hot, hot, hot plastic. It's hot in Mississippi. Anyway, there is where your oils and stuff will be. All right, so over here on the top of the motor, that's your oil fill right there. And right over in here, all right, to make it easier to locate where your oil filter cap is, I put the 24. It's right there. I know, super easy. You can take this plastic cover off. There's like a 10 millimeter bolt, which I'm honestly gonna take off anyway. But that, I know, buried in there, that's where your cartridge. They could have put it a little better. Now, I took that bolt off to get that cover off right there. It's a very long 10 millimeter. Now, I didn't really film this taking it off because, honestly, I'm a one-man operation. I can only do so much. But this is where the bolt goes. This is basically the front of it. Once you get it up, this part lifts up just fine. And right here, there's little pressure clips here. Just go over to the side and lift it up with a little bit of pressure with your hands, and it'll pop right off like these do right here. Now I'm going to show you the easier access. Now see, way more access, way more light, way easier to get on with your life. We're going to start by changing that oil filter first. Now this big old long snap-on 3/8 ratchet and this extension, probably overkill. But I can almost guarantee you, that I'm gonna go to pull on this and it's not gonna break loose, and I'm gonna have to stop the footage because I'm gonna have to put both hands on it. I don't like doing impacts because mine is still plastic. If it, one of the later videos, I'm gonna switch this all out to metal. But yeah, it's really tight. Oh my gosh, they didn't over tighten it that much. I am shocked. It broke loose with one hand. Now I have a metric ton of leisure here, but good job, Avon Lake Dodge Jeep dealership, because they were the last ones to change my oil before I moved back to Avon Lake, Ohio. They did good work when they fixed my Jeep. But anyway, they were the last ones to change it. They did a good job. It wasn't over tightened. I'm shocked. Now, I'm gonna pause the video while I do the boring part. All right, it's out, it's hot. Yeah, not bad, a little gassy. Oil doesn't look terrible. But yeah, that's the hole it's gonna go down in. So with me, I always take the oil filter off and change it first. Now some cars you literally have to do it the whole other way to do it, but in my, this is really warm. I prefer to, let's get this off camera. Anyway, I always prefer to change my oil filter first before I drain the oil. I know that sounds silly, but sometimes you get stuck bolts, sometimes life happens. I just want to make sure I have the oil filter changed before I do anything else. Because I'm not saying I have forgotten to change the oil filter and done the oil change, but I'm not saying it's impossible. Sometimes it's important to have an order of operations. I got this open. All right, so this is the top half. This is your oil filter housing. The oil filter goes into the housing like this. This bottom half goes into the motor. There's also a gasket that you need to replace every time. And I have a distinct feeling when I open up my oil filter, because I don't remember the last when I bought this, there's not going to be a gasket in here for me. So let's see. You can reuse it, but it's not ideal. Oh my gosh, they gave me a gasket. Lucky day. Now, in the beginning of the video, I didn't mention getting a pick, but you can get this off with your fingernail, a file, something. But it's not necessary, but it makes your life a little easier. I'm going to get this off real quick. Gasket's off. It's pretty soft, pliable, so it could have been reused if we needed it. All right, so this is kind of how the gasket sits, and you just roll it down on there, and you just want to make sure you got it lined up and there's no major kinks, deformities, that kind of stuff. But that's it. That's how the gasket goes. So here's your cap. Here's your oil filter, and you put that open in there, and it kind of clicks in and holds in there. Then you take it over here. Then you feed it in there. Get it started by your hand. Once you get it hand started, you'll come back with your socket and wrench and tighten it down. That's literally right where it goes. All right, and now just tighten it, make sure it's tight. And you're gonna fill in there, make sure there's no gaps or anything. Then we're gonna get to draining the oil. Okay, we're under the car. There's your skid plate, and there's your oil pan. And also you wanna take a look under here, see if everything looks fine. I'm actually looking to see if I got any damage because I ran over an 18-wheeler tire the other day because I don't know why. That's just how we chose to do things. Anyway, and it is a 13 millimeter. So this is your oil drain pan, lefty-loosey. Oh, it's not over tightened. I'm shocked. Good job. So we're gonna start loosening this. Now, once you start getting here, this is where you need to start lining up your oil pan. But I need to push mine farther. Whew, that's hot. Doesn't look too bad. mostly highway miles, but this oil was the last of that miserable Cleveland winter, and then driving around Mississippi back and forth, so it's probably a little cruddy. I'm gonna let this drain and then we're gonna get back to it. Now don't be shocked if you have to move your oil pan around a few times, but it's pretty much drained everything. So we're just gonna tighten her up. All right, now we got that hand tight. We want to come through here with our 13 millimeter and snug her down. We don't want that coming loose. And now we just need to pull all our equipment out from under here, and then we're going to pour in the oil. Here's your oil filter cap. Lefty loosey gets it loose. And that's, now, my funnel I'm using is not the best funnel in the world. Kind of sucks, but it actually fits perfectly there, the irony of that. It takes 5.9 quarts or 6 quarts, whatever makes you happy. I'm not your dad. I'm not going to feel myself pouring the oil. Because one, I've got one hand and that'd be very complicated. Two, I think you kind of get the gist of pouring the oil in the motor. Just being fair, I believe in you. So anyway, I haven't put all that back, but I've got oil in it because I want to make sure I don't have any leaks or anything. You want to come down here, see if you see any drips or anything. We're going to fire it up and then we're going to go from there. Okay, we're about to fire up the Jeep. I went ahead and turned it on accessory mode. But want to make sure no oil lights come on. Everything's good. We're going to tap the off-road pages real quick. But we can go right up here to information. Oil temp. I've got 30 PSI, so that's a good sign. And also, depending on how you set up your off-road pages, it'll tell you where you are too. See, we've got same information, 30 PSI. Now, I'm gonna go to the front of the Jeep while it's running, and we're gonna make sure there's nothing leaking or oil, and I'm also gonna check the oil filter housing. No leaks here, the oil housing feels good. I don't see anything running down the side or the front of the motor. Down here, nothing rushing out. You'll know how your car sounds, but she's good to go. I got one side started. Just push those down where they pop in. That one pops in. That one pops in. Then we're gonna run our big 10 millimeter bolt down. Give me 1 second on that. Get the 10 millimeter deep and run it down. Now it's tight. This last panel goes in right there. Give it a slap. There you go. Now I'm gonna back it off the ramps, let it idle for a second, a minute or so. Then we're gonna check the oil level and we should be good. All right, I got it pretty level ground. Oil dipsticks right here. Pull it out. Wipe the oil off and we are good. We are where we need to be on this buddy. All right, we're gonna do the most important thing of resetting your oil life pressure, your oil life sensor. Vehicle needs to be off but in the run position. You go here with the little Jeep emblem, it's vehicle info, and select all the way over to oil life, and this OK button is right here. Hold it. All right, I had to press it a couple times, but it fought with me. Anyway, we're back to 100%. This has been Z66. I hope this was helpful. Have a good one. Goodbye.